On a blustery and showery April Sunday, members of the Battlefield Society's committee, with some hard-working fundraisers, went to Noxon Farm in the Forest of Dean. There they had their first close look at the Yorkist horse and knight.
Oh, wow, wow. Oh, hello, you gorgeous.
And were able to chat with sculptor Phil Bewes.
Yeah, it's tricky to get a shot. You're all right from the front.
From screen pictures, it is difficult to appreciate the enormity and commanding presence of this sculpture. It is stunning. It generates huge presence. It is truly awe-inspiring.
We're just trying to push the soldier off so she can climb on, okay.
All right, yeah, well, do a sort of stress test, they call that in industry, I think. Yeah.
This horse, representing victory, carries the knight to which Phil has made and fitted both arms and legs. The lance you see in the right hand is a scaffold pole, a temporary substitution for the real thing.
He's largely there now. They'll all get plugged. I've turned some round pieces that go in those. Yeah. There's one or two here and there, but I'm going to leave them open because the wood shrinks all the time, so you've got to keep nipping it up. Well, it'll have to carry on for a few years, I think, drying gradually. Size 90 shoes. Yes, yeah, I mean, it's still very wet inside, full of sap. And some of the bits, that was from an old bough from Penny's, where Penny lives, the left arm of the knight, and the top, I think it's that top neck piece as well. So that had died on the tree, hadn't it, a while back. Started to season itself, so hence the surface cracking. There's a piece down at Taurus Crafts, a sort of similar, very similar technique. It's a big bull. Tree hugger. Actually, it won't be this one, it'll be the other one you can help to carve details on the legs when he's on the road verge, the second horse. He'll have to be partially dismantled to move, and then we start on the second one in this spot.
Great idea, I really like that. Yeah. Well, the original knight who was slightly out of sync, wasn't quite enough room of him. And
we had two.
I think Phil had in mind that it would be a good idea to take him out into the woods, rather than, waste him, having put all that effort into him. Just find a nice quiet place to let him become part of nature.
He could be like the soldier of the wood.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you get sprites and imps and who knows what, so you can have your own night out there.
He's going to be on that, what's that for? What is that I've already seen the pegs that they've got.
And he's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, this is probably going to last for a couple of 100 years.
Oh,
Joe, those Tudor houses, they're made out of the same thing, and they've lasted those Tudor houses, they've lasted about 500 years.
Phil has cut a single letter into many pieces of the wood. This initial represents the place where he bought the timber, although some was donated, as you will hear.
I thought it'd be interesting to record it on each one where it came from. Not every piece.
So those are recorded.
So S stands for Stanway Estate, up near Winscombe.
E?
So E is Eastnor, where a lot of pieces came
good.
from. Both front legs are Eastnor. D is for Dimmock Wood, sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah. C
Forestry Commission. C is for the Clements. It was who put me onto them? It's a couple who farm up near Upton-on-Severn.
Excellent.
And effectively they've donated them.
I like that.
I said, well, what do you want from them? They said, 20 quid. So I sent a cheque and they've never cashed it. So effectively they've obviously donated, which is great.
My first initial was already there.
E for Ellie, yes.
Just need to find the...
Because all last winter I was collecting. And then by May we were ready to... It was May when we got the scaffold put up, and I think of that as the official kick-off of construction.
Phil was asked why he has cut some wood from the back of the knight.
You'll have seen around the back I've taken a huge slice out the back, partly to make it lighter, because when Colin filmed the hoisting of that, that was a hell of a day.
It was fantastic watching that. That was great.
Enjoyed watching that.
Oh, I did, yes.
I seem to have been teeth gritted on most of that.
So, how many parts is it going to have to be dismantled into?
Well, the head and neck, I'll brace everything with temporary cross softwood pieces, so I keep that relative position of each neck member. Then the head and neck assembly will just lift.
An eye-catching part of the sculpture will be the lance and its pennant. Phil has more work to do on this.
So there'll be I'll seat into the hand more. I may shape that hand a bit more, wrap it. I don't want to lose too much mass from the timber though. And then, yes, yeah, he's just gripping. And maybe devise some sort of metal plate to capture the lance when we've got him. Because he'll actually be 80 mil or 75, the actual. So that's only 50 mil. Wrapping round, yes. So, and then there'll be the pennant, of course, which will, if we do it as a swivel, which structural engineer was suggesting, it will sag forwards most of the time, except on a day like this he'll be. That's it. Yeah. I like the idea of movement, actually, yes.
With the weather like it is, a bite to eat and a hot drink are the order of the day.
I brought a big cake, so I didn't think of tea. Yeah. So we won't starve. Yeah.
Whilst sipping their warm drinks and enjoying Phil's cake, he was asked how heavy he thought the sculpture is.
Must be 3 tons, I reckon, altogether.
And has he considered vandalism?
I think we ought to knock him up a nose bag, you know.
A medieval nose bag.
Actually, that's what happened with the Angel of the North, isn't it? He got a Newcastle #9 shirt, Alan Shearer shirt. You knew that's when that sculpture had been adopted. So if that happens to him, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
You always get the blimmin' traffic cones appear on. You'll get that on his ears, probably.
Yeah.
To conclude their visit, the group gathered for some closing comments from Phil, but the weather had the final say.
I've been a little disappointed in the progress, but I think with summer coming in, you know, I could get a run. This is substantially complete, so we take the head and neck off, the rider as one piece, and bring out the spine and legs. Everything will be stored over there, and we'll bring in the components for the second horse then, which doesn't have a rider or a lance, or it has a lance, yeah. So in theory it should be. It's less of a huge task.
You practiced on this one?
Yeah, I know where I'm going now. Yeah. Which way up? Yes. Yeah. So yeah, just repeat. The head much further down. So some of these real curly pieces here I'll use for the more steeply curved neck. It was useful to watch the dressage in the Olympics last summer. They sort of artificially bring the head down, but that was useful sort of research for this. But actually, I bought myself a little personal radio, and all through last summer, I can relate which Olympic event to various bits. Like those belly pieces, there was all sorts happening then.
Exact perches.
Yeah,
feeling,
it was amazing. Like, yeah, yes. So yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you, and do feel free to come any time. You know, just give me a shout, or I guess you could ask the farm, and they'd let you come in any time to view progress. Yeah. So blimey, and here it comes.
Here it comes.
Yeah. I'll take that as a hint to shut up.
Good cue. Well, thank you, Phil. That's brilliant. Thank you.
It's I appreciate the project.
Give us some idea of the conditions you've been working in.
Well, last summer was no joke. Yeah.
Cup of coffee, do now.